I wrote to my mom after 20 years plus 1 year update. This one is a little different. I am the oop. I just wanted to share this. Hope this is okay. Backslash 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 https www.reddit.com/r/momforaminute/comments/vd567h/hi mom, it's been 20 years since I lost you and I. July 11th, 2022. Hi mom and moms out there. I lost you when I was 18 and it'll be 20 years this year next month and I still feel lost. I still cry sometimes and feel like I can't breathe. I sometimes don't know how to function. Therapy hasn't helped much and no form of outlet helps. I don't know what I'll do when July 20th comes. My boyfriend will be out of town on a work trip and I am afraid to still ask for help from my friends at this point, because I feel like I should be over it by this point. I need to know what to do on that day to make it easier. Suggestions welcomes. Backslash 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 https www.reddit.com/r/unsendletters/comments/1552cf7/update. It's that time of year again. 1 year later, July 20th, 2023. I tried posting this to our mom for a minute, but it was removed and I was told to post here instead. Hi mom and moms, I wrote exactly 1 year ago, on the 20th anniversary of your passing. And at the time, I wasn't sure what I was going to do to celebrate you. I ended up spending it with my boyfriend, who you would absolutely love. Had dinner that involved avocados, because I know how much you loved those. They were your favorite thing besides small dogs. And we went for a drive past the house you grew up in, because I coincidentally live next to the city where the house is located. It has a large palm tree in front of it, which I bet you loved. I told all my friends the great stories I remember about you. Like how you tried growing your own palm trees but they kept dying because of course. We lived in Michigan, which is not exactly the California weather they were used to and can survive. But by golly, did you try? At least 6 times that I remember. I also told the stories about how you turned mine and my brother's socks into sweaters for the Chihuahua puppy, because he was cold and needed to look fashionable in a green sock. I told a lot more, but those are 2 of my favorite examples. I started a new job, which you would be very excited for me. It's half a mile walk from my apartment, so I'm getting all the sunshine and fresh air. I'm keeping busy at it and it's definitely an upgrade from the last job. And the people are much more friendly and helpful. I want to call you and tell you all about the new job, about my boyfriend and everything in my life. But I can't. I don't even have your ashes here to talk to them. It's been 21 years. But I think I finally got used to you being gone. Like Grandma always said, you never fully get over it. You just learn how to handle it a little more each day. Tonight, I'll be going to a special dinner with friends. Since the boyfriend is working Comic-Con down in San Diego and he had to leave for it yesterday. He said we'll do something when he gets back. Happy anniversary. Mom. Love you and miss you. I don't know if anyone read all of this, but I wanted to get it off my brain. Backslash 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 backslash. Reminder, I am Oop and I wanted to share this with my favorite sub. Here to let anyone know that grief is not something that you just get over. You learn how to grow around the grief. The growing helps you see that you have your own life to live even though you have holes in heart. It may take a decade to get to that point. That's okay. There is not an exact timeline for grief. Give yourself permission to feel and heal. Red heart. It really never does leave you. I lost my dad over 40 years ago and I still think about him even if he's still just a hazy memory of an 8-year-old. My last pre-COVID desk at work overlooked the airport runways and I could look across the way and see the cargo building where he worked back in the 70s. Always said a silent greeting. About the only thing I miss about going to the office, not that we have that building or desk available anymore. My mom's been gone 3 weeks and I think I'm still in shock. She was my best friend. I don't know how to grieve something like this. My mom's been gone almost 20 years and occasionally I still write to her. Sending you all the good vibes. If you ever need to talk, feel free to reach out. Grief sucks. I lost a family friend that was like a second father to me about 3 years ago. Just before seeing this post, I stumbled upon his phone number while entering in a new contact. The little moment of heartbreak knowing that he's never going to meet and laugh with fiancé. Or that I won't get another one of his hugs that makes everything okay. It still hurts. But we get better at remembering with a smile. Wishing Oop a great day. Along with anyone else who is in long-term grieving. It's good to remember them. Even if it's hard. Damn it, now I'm crying. I've done this before but it's so weird for me. Like, I loved him because he was my dad. But he was also an abusive alcoholic. Sneakily racist. And just a giant asshole. It's been over 14 years and I still don't know if I miss him or not. Like, my life is different because he died. But I don't know if it's better or worse. Then my mom still cries sometimes about him passing. But she was also kind of free after it happened. She loved him and he loved her, but it was still something of a loveless marriage. My sister loved him and recognized the same things about him. But took it harder than me. I at least had college to focus on. And I was 600 miles away. They kinda had to spiral together and then pick themselves back up years later while I wasn't there. They agreed that I needed to finish out school and then job opportunities were scarce back home. I wouldn't say I experienced sadness anymore. But maybe a longing for the best parts of him to be here. I don't know if that makes sense. But here I am. Don't get me wrong though. There are happy memories there. And I think of those more than anything. It was just so complicated. Because I was so much like him but also different in ways that mattered massively and rubbed him the wrong way. I spent a good 3 years estranged from someone living in the same house as me. Luckily, we mostly repaired things when we had the chance. A few months before he was gone. And I wouldn't be who I am without him. But I always wonder who I would have been without him. Better? Worse? The same? Well, crying wasn't on the agenda this afternoon. Damn onion ninjas. I lost my dad when I was 13. When my son was a year old, I wrote my dad a letter on his birthday and got put everything if never be able to tell him, including the anger I had at him, into that letter. Then I burned it. I can't even tell you what was in it today. But it was cathartic for me. I hope writing these letters to your mom was cathartic to you. I thank God I was given a small urn with some of mom's ashes in it. I talk to it almost every day. This was lovely. Grief never really goes away. Especially when you love someone so strongly. But facing it really does help when you can share your memories with people who love you right now. You share your love with others that way. How did that quote go again? Grief is just love with nowhere to go. I am gonna go hug my mom right now and visit my dad's grave again in the coming days. This really dug up some emotions for me. Oop, thank you for sharing this with us. It's a wholesome read for me, and I'm so glad that you are doing better now, Red Heart. Thank you for sharing. I hope that all the memories give you warmth in those chilly days. We never stop loving our moms. Who is cutting onions in here? Smiling face with tear. OPP. I still miss my mother. Going on 7 years. But I see her in little things like her favorite flowers or someone's laugh that sounds like her. I am also a mom. I know she is so proud of you. And in your saddest moments and your most joyous, her essence surrounds you. I send you huge hug. Some loving vibes and a make good choices reminder. 2 hearts. Right in the feels. My dad died 23 years ago. I was only 12. I vividly remember the morning I woke up and he was gone. We had spent the night sleeping on the floor of the room in his skilled nursing facility because we knew the end was coming. I had never felt such sorrow and such relief at the same moment. He had been battling a glioblastoma and was just a shell of the man he had been. So as much as it hurt for him to be gone, it was also a sense of peace knowing he wasn't hurting anymore. It sounds crazy, but I still think of him every single day. I get the urge to call him to ask how to repair something in the house or to ask about what it was like growing up on the ranch. I tell my daughter about her grandfather and how much he would adore her. I mourn the big things we had to do without him, like graduations and weddings and births of his grandchildren. In those moments the grief is enormous. It swallows me whole. But in the small moments, like catching his favorite songs on the radio or remembering the silly games he would play with us, and playing them with my daughter, there is so much joy. Grief is hard and different for everyone. Keep pushing through. Find a friend when it gets hard. Talk about the one you lost. They are alive in you as long as you remember them. She's so proud of you. There was a popular update not too long ago here about a man who couldn't be with his wife who was incapacitated by grief for 5 years after her mom died. Oop, cries so hard she can't breathe after 20 years? We gotta get those 2 oops together. I haven't lost a parent, but I lost my grandmother who I was very close to. It'll be 12 years in 3 days. I am going to write her a letter on Friday. Thank you so much for sharing. I'm sorry for your loss.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.